my shot lined up. Cross at minus plus. Will I fire on you? Bishop, knight, or rook. Bright as diamond. Some will find it rough to just rise above. Cause I got my shot lined up. Thought it's on the target pull. I done gotta stop, reload.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of OB Plays MTG. I am OB, and today we're playing kind of a weird deck. A lot of people don't really think of this card or this companion as competitive, but I saw this list and I was like, let's do something different. So today we're playing Grixis Lutri. Lutri the Spellchaser, if anybody doesn't know, is a companion, and each non-land card in your starting deck has to have a different name. It was banned in Commander immediately because it would immediately be an auto-include in all those decks, because guess what? Each non-land card in your starting deck in Commander has a different name. Flash, when Lutri the Spellchaser enters the battlefield, if you cast it, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Now what this entails is we are playing a ton of 1-ups. Some of the 1-ups are, it's basically Grixis good stuff. You have your Nicol Bolas Ravager, you have Ashiok Nightmare Muse, Lier Disciple of the Drowned, a couple charms, discard spells, counters, search for Escanta, Kroxa, some hard removal, you know, stuff like that. And to kind of just like grind your opponents out of the game. And you know, Torrential Gearhulk, Shark Typhoon, ways to end the game are over here. We all know what they are if you've played. Mana base is kind of ridiculous. But you know, the new Xander's Lounge, I like these new like custom, or the new full art ones. They're pretty amazing. But pretty much, you know, you can read I'll put it into the description of the video. Sideboard is, we're continuing the whole trend of having 1-ofs of every card. So we have Ray of Enfeeblement, Aether Gust, Disdainful Stroke to just kind of bring in and, you know, more counters for stuff. Fry, you know, for any of the control decks, Thought Distortion, Mystical Dispute, Noxious Grasp. It's your typical Grixis good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm excited to play the deck. It's different. We'll see how it goes. I no longer only show wins. I will show losses now, just because I want you guys to be able to see, like, hey, if this deck, it sucks, at least we had a good time doing it, you know? So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's get into some games. We are rocking some weird deck Lutri today. See if we can get some wins. The deck's pretty cool. Changed my avatar, a little Ashiok theme. You know how it is. I'm not sure why Ashiok Dream Render's not in this deck. I did steal this list. We got cantrips, all our colors, Graveyard Trespasser. I think we'll keep this. I love this new like thingy, the new pet I have. I think he's really cool. We're in a duress. I don't really care about Fatal Push. We're not playing too many creatures. We'll probably just we'll ship a land. We'll just take it. I'm not really concerned about it. I just want to keep my spells. We'll go ahead and hold up for Opt. Japanese are. They probably will play Graveyard Trespasser. They don't want to play anything, apparently. Oddly enough. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. They want to play something, okay. Today is Rakdos Day, apparently. We're going to keep that. And we are going to use it now. Alright, play the land. We'll go ahead and just cast our own Graveyard Trespasser, so flip. I don't have any creature cards in my graveyard, so they're probably going to attack next turn to try and get rid of this Cling to Dust, knowing that I only have 1-ofs in my deck, which would be the smart move in my opinion. We do have Expressive Iteration if we start running out of lands here. We'll go ahead and we're going to definitely trade. I want to keep as much creatures off the board. We're not really playing a creature deck. the big stuff in the game with isn't really like, hey, we're playing creatures. A lot of what they're doing is, hey, we have a bunch of creature removal. Go ahead, play Expressive Iteration, see if we can get a land. Yeah, we did. We'll put, see, this is the tough part. We'll put, I don't know if I want Kroxa. We'll put this in the hand, this back in the library, and we'll go ahead and just play this land. And that way we are getting our land drops. I don't know if counter spells are really going to be useful in this matchup. Everything's like 1 to 3 mana and super efficient, so right now it's just make sure stuff. Alright, go land. Now I can play Bolas. They discard a card. We're still kind of screwed when they start activating this. We can trade with the land and then they can blow this up with Fatal Push. I can Nightmare Muse, create a token, and it still kind of gets hit. But opponent might just go to face. If that's the case, then we might be okay. We'll go ahead and do this. Something tells me the opponent's going to keep, yep, Fatal Push. We have Consider, which isn't a bad option. Okay, so they use Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They're going to definitely attack with Bone Crusher Giant. Take 4. We can consider, hopefully get some sort of removal for the board. Okay. Well, yeah. We're just going to take 5 because I'm not going to give them the opportunity. We'll hit Consider. I don't need a land. That's something I do not need. Shark Typhoon's not bad. Blood Chief's Thirst isn't bad either. I will have to spend some mana. Do we just make a shark token here? I don't like the fact that they have a 2/2. I could also just Ashiok, put the Bone Crusher Giant back in their hand, make them exile. They'll probably exile the Bone Crusher Giant. I think that might be the best play. Could also create a guy. Alright, we'll go ahead and get this back in their hand. Force them to exile something. If they exile Fatal Push, okay. Now they're gonna have to use that. They might stomp Ashiok, which wouldn't be too bad. I just don't know if we're gonna be able to stabilize with this board state. Opponent's thinking. Yep, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna stomp Ashiok. Probably. I'm not attacking, so they'll probably either activate Den of the Bugbear or cast Bone Crusher Giant. I think they're looking for something. We need like Languish right now. Would it be bad? Oh, cool. Plays Bone Crusher. Attacks in. Does not attack in. Now we can create a token, or I can use Blood Chief's Thirst, kill one of the 2/2s, create a token, which will be a 4/4, which could block the Den of the Bugbear, or I could just sacrifice it to Bone Crusher Giant. I think we're going to kill the 2/2. Leave up Sinister Sabotage. Because the 3/3 will kill the Bone Crusher Giant anyway. Yep, that's exactly what I thought. So they didn't draw anything. we'll go ahead. We'll do this now. Ooh, Heartless Act. Okay, we're gonna block there, we'll take 2. Take care of Reflections of Kiki Jiki. Oh, that's even better. Because then we can hold up Sinister Sabotage. So we'll shoot this. Hold up Heartless Act. Yeah, that's fine. Opponent is hellbent on getting our life total down. We're gonna counter that. Maestro's Charm isn't bad. We'll keep that on top. I'm gonna shoot this. Maestro's Charm at least gains us some life. We'll go ahead and put Lutri in the hand. I still don't feel comfortable attacking right now. Gosh, really? Well, we can at least kill it. Okay. So we could just kill this thing? Oh, that's rough.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
So now we gotta make sure that we keep something in hand. My game is glitching out, of course. We'll go ahead. I'm gonna have to kill. I think I'm gonna have to kill Sorin. No! Whoops. Oh well. But, you know, distinction event. This is an. So 0 is even. This is even. This is odd. I need 1 more mana for that. Let's we'll leave up Maestro Charm. I'm gonna go ahead and attack this down so they can't make a vampire.
How dare you disrespect?
Probably not gonna Extinction Event because I think my way out of this is a Bolas win. Okay, take 4. That's a little rough for us.
Innistrad is free.
We're probably gonna choose to play Chandra. Okay. Oh, I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna exile it.
Over here. Yup, you're going down.
Alright, well, it didn't let me for some reason on the stack. I guess I messed that up. I could have survived that. Okay, moving on. I don't think Thought Distortion is worth anything. Maybe Anger the Gods, Enter the God Eternals, because that gives us some life, I believe. Go Blank's great. I don't know about counter spells. I'm not 100% sure on them. Drowning Loch doesn't seem good either. This might be too slow. Legion's End could work because they have those little things. If I can exile a bunch of tokens. We're gonna Soul Guide Lantern. I don't know how I feel about counter spells. At least Sinister Sabotage and like Essence Scatter. It's like Essence Scatter could work because it's mostly creatures. We do need like a lot of this stuff's a little slow for my liking. We'll try it like this. It's a fun deck. Let's spin the wheel, you know. I feel like I could have won that last game. Okay. This is a decent starting hand. of all of our colors. Play this first. Play that first, then we'll play the mountain. Oh no, we'll play Spiral. We do have Brazen Borrower. I have Handsome Sorin. Okay, go ahead. Do your thing. Okay, so they just quit because they didn't draw land, and they knew I was about to start dropping some bombs. Fair enough. We're just gonna keep it the way it is. Gaius, guys, like under the guise of something. Okay, Negate, Kroxa. This can draw some cards, so we'll keep. I love these lands, I think they're so cool. Thought sneeze. Okay. If we're lucky here, we can Essence Scatter their first Graveyard Trespasser. Okay, opponent doesn't want to play anything interesting. No, we'll take it back. That's not bad. This enters the battlefield tapped. Should have been paying attention to that. But I wasn't. Opponent is playing around counters. So we're just going to continue to do this draw, go, control for now. We have Negate, we have Essence Scatter. We might draw into a Thoughtseize, which kind of, ruins our plan a little bit, but I'm not like too stressed about that. We got a grip of cards, and with the ability to get more cards, so we will probably bounce anything to hand. Sorin the Mirthless. Well, we can bounce anything to hand. Okay, yeah, you can do that. You're also going to pay for it. Or whatever noise that makes. Young Peasy's pretty cool. I think we're just gonna play Bolas though. I could drop Kroxa, but I don't know how much good it'll do. I think we're just gonna play something that's over at home. Forcing it to discard a land, then we can. Hopefully we draw into a land. We also have Shark Typhoon as a backup if we ever need to. Heartless Act. That's fine. Still hanging tight. I'm gonna play this on black. I think the best bet. We'll play Young Peasy. We have Essence Scatter as kind of backup. They want to play a creature, and then we also have Brazen Borrower, so could be okay. They want to try and play something, that's fine. Spider Queen, that's a little annoying. Okay. Trying to grind this out with spiders, huh? Alright, pass. If we want to attack with that, go right ahead. We'll probably take 2 here since we hold the lead in life. I could Shark Typhoon, create a shark, but I think what we're going to do is just Brazen Borrower. Fabled Passage. How much do I got going here? Alright, we will play this, force them to discard a card. This should give me the mana I need, and I can bring it back. I need another red, so we have red, red, black, black. Okay, red. We'll go ahead and bring this back. Get rid of their Sorin. Have a 6. I don't know if we cheese. I think we do. No, because then they just block them both and they're just going to make more anyway. So we're just going to hold up. Opponent can draw cards and they top deck a Sorin. Wow! Wow! These are going to be grindier matchups. I'm just warning you already.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
This is any time a creature dies. So they do nothing. I mean, we attack. Which doesn't seem very viable right now. I can make a 4/4 with Shark Typhoon. I think we just hold up. Okay, makes a flying creature thingy.
You
Copies
my
it.
servant. I'm busy. I bring my
Trying to gain some life here, it looks like. That's fine. We can do that. It would be really awesome. Languish. That would be incredible. I mean, I don't really care about the other spider. I think what we're going to do here is make a 4/4. I'm not really concerned about a Bone Crusher guy. We need to. Fatal Push isn't bad. Block here. And then we'll take 2.
My will cannot be denied. Oh yes, I know the knowledge you seek.
Not casting another one. Alright, Memory Deluge. We're gonna go ahead. I don't think that counts, does it? You can give it a shot. Like, I mean, in the name of science. I don't think this has a mana value. Okay, no. Cancel. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Spider bitch.
Do what I demand.
We will put this on the battlefield for fear. I like to do that sometimes with Soul Guide Lantern. It's like, go ahead, man. We could attack, force them to discard what's in their hand. I think we're gonna do that. Because we do have Memory Deluge. We can Essence Scatter creature. Which seems to be what they're gonna be playing for. If they Fatal Push Kroxa, that's kind of a bummer. Okay, create 2 spikes.
Subservience will.
You're definitely Memory Deluging if the opponent does nothing. Okay, Castle Lochthwain.
Wish to know my secrets?
We're gonna play Bone Crusher Giant. Oh wow, okay. That kind of changes things. Okay, each non-elemental creature. Extinction event is wild. We will take that. And Dragon Skull Summit. Kind of what we're doing.
Anyone who stands in my way is getting sizzled.
unfortunately, we lose. This is just a board wipe at that point. Like, so
No pressure.
we're on a clock now, which is a little rough. My turn. Okay, we get pinged. Cling to dust. It keeps us alive. Could continue just building a board state, have Extinction Event as kind of a backup plan. We can exile creatures out of their graveyard. No, we can't. I can exile one, gain a little life, so that's okay. We'll hold off. We get Memory Deluge for 7. Hopefully find a Languish or something. That would be nice.
You can do my servant.
Okay.
Hope it's not too hot for you.
That's one.
You fight for me now.
My words are for ambitious minds.
I'm probably just going to Memory Deluge here. The blocks, we're okay because we can gain a bunch of life with this deck. The opponent doesn't realize that they're about to do well. Man, this card, Reflection of Kiki Jiki, is just so ridiculous. Enter the God Eternals is interesting. Maestro Charm? Yes, I know. Anger of the Gods. So I'm gonna play that. I think right now we need to kill the token generator. Discard some cards. Maestro Charm's there. We can gain a little life from it. Kill Wolf. We can gain life from this as well. So we're actually sitting okay. I want to kill this really badly. I don't know about that. What does this do? Creatures gain life equal both damage. Well, it just doesn't make sense because if they would have killed it with Chandra, it would be exiled. Now I can actually continue casting it. And I think what they're trying to do is like get me with the 3 damage, the 4 damage and shit. Alright, so opponent thinks that they're kind of in the clear here. We're gonna go ahead and gain some life. We're gonna cling to dust. My graveyard, Brazen Borrower. Gain some life. My turn. We'll take 3. Blood Crypt. I think we have to play this again. I could play. We play Enter the God Eternals. And that we take 2, go down to 10, go back up to 14. We're gonna take. We'll be back down to 10 based on what we can play this and cast Extinction Event. I think that's the best part, or the best thing we can do. Get rid of something. Alright, opponent's taking 3. I probably should have. Alright, let's see how it goes. Opponent top decks a Fatal Push, we're in trouble. They're probably going to exile this now. I think that they're realizing that would have been the better motive to do. So we're only going to take 3. We'll go down to whatever. We just need something that deals like incidental damage. Take 4, go to 8, and then we're going to 5. I think we're just going to sacrifice this at this point and pick up a card. Heartless Act's not terrible. Then we go down to 3. I don't know if I like that. We enter the God Eternals on the... Okay, Blood Chief's Thirst. We're going to enter the God Eternals. Make a mill. Mass 4. Gain some life. We needed that. I think... I wish I had another land. Might be best to hold up Heartless Act and Essence Scouter. Okay. We target this, right? Deals 2 to us. Or we get 3 done. Deals 2 to us. We'll go down to 3 next turn. Bone Crusher Giant is immensely frustrating. If we're going down to 2, we have to win now. And we don't. There's no way I can pick up. If I wouldn't have exiled that, what's it called? Cling to Dust? Maybe. But I think we're just a little too late. We're hitting with a good game. That was a good try. I enjoyed that game. That actually wasn't bad. The first game was a misplay on my part, just like kind of not understanding the stack in that situation. And the second game actually kind of came down to the wire. This deck's interestingly resilient. I think it's pretty cool. You know, you have all these options to you. I mean, that Anger of the Gods almost brought us back that game. So, let's do another one. We'll see how we do against a different matchup, hopefully. Unless Rakdos is just kind of the deck of the day. We are still rocking some Lutri. Like I said, it's a very interesting deck. I mean, having 1-ofs, it's obviously not ideal, but like anybody will tell you in competitive Magic, you need 4-ofs, but why not? Explorer is an interesting format. We're going to explore some things. It's stupid. Alright, Nalakilla. Oh, we got some removal. Mana value 2 or less. Go blank, discard. We got all of our colors. Opponent's going first, but that's okay. We got a Yorion deck, so we're going to... Okay, so... Jund. So we're looking at, like, what? 4 colors, it looks like already? Thought Erasure? Okay. Legion's End is probably bunk in this matchup. We'll go ahead and play Blight Step, or Seer Step Pathway. Opponent's going to take our discard spell. They're going to Surveil. Alright, Kolaghan's Command. Not bad. We can cycle the Shark Typhoon if we want to. I might just hold on to it another turn. Yeah, this is a 4-color deck, it looks like. Buys Yorion. That's interesting. We're gonna go ahead and shock this in. Kolaghan's Command's probably the best play. I mean, Maestro's Charm is okay because we can get back something from Kolaghan's Command. Opponent is Hydroid Processing for... Okay, now we're definitely... No, actually, we'll set up. I think it's best to set up. We'll look at the top 5 cards. We'll grab something from there. Lier could be interesting. I like Lier. We'll give it a shot. Alright, Negate. That's kind of a bummer. We'll let the opponent do their thing. We'll call against command, deal 2 damage, and make the opponent discard? You know? Okay. We do have Negate if they have anything too wild. 5 mana, we're getting into some pretty heavy territory. This could actually work against Hydroid Crisis, because I think this... No, okay, Domri. You know what? We're gonna counter it. Okay, Thought Erasure. Opponent's already running out of cards. Okay, Bolas. So we're going to take 2 damage here. Okay, Watery Grave. We'll play this tapped. Alright, we're just going to do everything instant speed. We had the opportunity. Also could have shocked Watery Grave in, but I'm not really going to stress that right now. We'll go ahead and play this. Deal 2 damage. Target player discards a card. Get rid of this Hydroid Crisis that's pinging us to death. They counter this, like, is it really like that? You know what I mean? They could counter it a lot worse. We have Torrential Gearhulk in hand, so when we start getting mana, we should be okay. Opponent is cantripping with the most broken spell ever. Expressive Iteration. A $12 uncommon last I checked. Okay, Catcher Triumph. Opponent got their land. Bloodchief's Thirst. I think we're just going to hold up with a Shark Typhoon. Playing Yorion now probably isn't in the opponent's best interest. Wow, another Hydroid Crisis. Probably just Shark Typhoon. Let's go ahead and make a 2/2. We can Bloodchief's Thirst the Crisis if we need to. But we're going to Legion's End it instead. Looks like... Okay, Time Wipe, Sacred Fire, Calling Ritual. Opponent's just playing a bunch of interesting things. So we're just going to attack. They might use the Calling Ritual next turn. Or get rid of it with Sacred Fire. Opponent has Yorion. I don't know what this deck is. This is 5-color Yorion stuff. It's at least we're playing against something different than Rakdos. But I have noticed these piles lately. Kaito, we can get rid of that. Be nice to get a land here. Yeah, got the land. We can play Lier, Disciple of the Drowned. I can play Graveyard Trespasser, exile Sacred Fire in their graveyard. We can play Sorin, make a 2/3. I think this is the best play. Just get something on the battlefield that'll stick. I think that's the best play. Make that happen. And then we could just destroy the token. There's nothing really in their hand that scares me, and we can always recast it with Lier. So I think we're gonna just destroy the token. They can't kill this with Sacred Fire. They can kill it with Calling Ritual. Expressive Iteration. They have plenty of board wipes, so we're going to run into that issue. Time wipe is going to probably hit us when we have Lier on the battlefield. We get a land next turn. We have Torrential Gearhulk. We can recast something from the graveyard, which wouldn't be too bad. They might cast Yorion, and no, okay,
Phyrexia's victory will be etched into the flesh of the
okay, that works.
You cannot delay
It's not plus then. They can kill. Well, they can't anymore, but they could have killed Sorin. We're gonna plus. The reveal. It's not a bad card to have. Make them discard. Okay, go to Yorion. We can hold up Opt, buy Lutri, or play Graveyard Trespasser. Kind of have something that to defend. What's this do? Exile target non-land permanent card from your graveyard. Create a token copy that's a copy of that card. Alright, we'll play Graveyard Trespasser. What do I want to take? I can take Yorion. I think Yorion's kind of the scariest. Oh no, probably Time Wipe. We do need another red source, and we can cast a Kroxa.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
But we also need to start dealing some damage. Opponent's got a lot of mana and a lot of card draw currently. If they Time Wipe now. We lose all of our stuff. We're probably going to have to plus Sorin just to kind of have a way to cycle through the deck. And it won't get killed. This opponent's got, if only I had the Elder Spell. This opponent's got 5-color super friends.
I follow the tracks of the wise.
Surprisingly, opponent's not clearing the board. I'm curious. Yeah, they don't have enough mana for that. They would have to Culling Ritual, which will give them more mana. I can kill Kaido. Discard a card. That doesn't allow him to discard. Oh snap! Interesting. I don't know why that just happened. Why did that just work? Probably the ward. Oh, you can't get past it, so he can't single target removal that. Okay, we'll go ahead and look at the top card. Sure. But probably gonna do this. We will bounce that back. I'm gonna kill Kaido. We'll exile something. We got a couple planeswalkers sticking. It looks like the opponent's like, hey, I'm going to make planeswalkers work. We'll go ahead and kill Kaito so they can't do anything crazy. We're going to get rid of Domri because it's decides to use Tamio's minus ability, it can come back as an artifact, I think.
Time to go.
Oh, nice. Didn't see that coming. Wow. Wow, people playing Expansion Explosion. Interesting. Bashing Burst. You can hit Sorin with that. That's weird how Tamio's a non-bow with Graveyard Trespasser. They'll probably okay. They're playing Deafening Clarion. We do need removal. And a plus on Ashiok.
To the library.
Opponent is like writhing through their deck though. Plus on Ashiok. Okay, Drowned Catacomb. What do I have in the graveyard? I can cast Torrential Gearhulk now and kill Niv-Mizzet. Plus Ashiok. They'll probably Expansion Explosion. So I think that's what we're going to do. Because Tamio kind of needs, like the new Tamio kind of needs stuff. It needs to be able to do certain things. And I don't think that they have anything in their hand that's going to benefit that. Tamio can bring that back to hand, I guess. They'll recast it. But they have to get rid of Tamio in order to do so. Which is fine with me. Cool that Niv-Mizzet's seeing some play. Because I know Niv to Light is in In game 2, we will definitely be bringing in Thought Distortion. Not sure what I have. I think Extinction Event will do the job. Opponent's not attacking me. Here. Prismari Command's kind of a pain in the ass. Thought Thief of Sanity is interesting. Okay, definitely Clarion. Not really sure why. Could, if we get a land, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, play Lier, kill Niv again. Nice. We did get a land. We can play... Well, I can't kill Niv again because it exiles the card. So having Lier we'll drop Young Peasy. They can decide what they want to attack and what they don't want to attack. If we get Go Blank going, there's a couple of... If Lier survives right now, we're in pretty good shape. Very curious to see what the opponent's about to do. Oh, wow. And they got 35 cards left in a Yorion deck, mind you. 80 card Niv-Mizzet Reborn. That's pretty wild. Go ahead and opt. Naked creature token. Draw this. Play the land. Play this. Sinister Sabotage. And Cling to Dust, I think, is the best possible thing I could have chosen there. We're going to go ahead and attack with you. Keep exiling cards at the top of their library. We have Sinister Sabotage to counter any huge threats. And also, if they try and get stuff from the graveyard, we can Cling to Dust it, draw a card, which, if they don't cast anything, is something we'll probably do. I hate cards like this. Thief of Sanity, that Siphon Intellect, or whatever, Siphon Insight. I hate it. And they're probably going to get, like, the card that I like Languish. Something like that. Okay, gain control of target creature to the end of turn. Honestly, we gotta counter that. I can't have that. I need as much help as I can get here. Able Passage on top. That's kind of annoying. Yeah. Which means they're going to cast it now. I think we're just going to move on to game 2. Now that I know what they're playing. Yeah, we're just going to move on. We're going to move on to game 2. The opponent just has too much mana advantage right now, and they have more options because they're multicolored. We're going to bring in some stuff here. This kills. All these actually, like, that kills Niv Mizzet, and that's something that we need to do. Soul Guide Lantern. What is slow? Kinda need our counter spells in this matchup. Brazen Borrower isn't that good. I don't like Lier if I'm gonna have more counters. Cling to Dust is good. Duress is good. I don't know about Fatal Push or Flame Blessed Bolt. Legion's End also might not be worth it. We're gonna give it a shot like this. Normally I would go through on like the cards in the deck and why, but there's like 48 one-ofs in this deck, and I'm not gonna go through that. If you want to play the meme deck, you can play it yourself. But Nalakil is playing Niv Mizzet Reborn. Not expected, except for the fact that in Pioneer the deck's pretty good. It's a little bit more efficient in Pioneer, if I recall. It's a Bring to Light. Niv to Light. But hopefully in Historic Anthology 6 we'll start seeing some of like the Pioneer staples. I'd love to see Nykthos in Explorer. That'd be pretty awesome. Okay, this kills. We can save that. Extinction Event. We have Tainted Indulgence mana. No, we don't have Tainted Indulgence mana. Alright, well, we're gonna give it a shot anyway, because we can start hitting their hand a little bit with Kroxa, which is really that great when it comes to your index. Generally, have pretty absurd amounts of card draw. And, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm going to play this early. I know it's kind of dumb. But we do have Tainted Indulgence. We can draw some cards, discard cards. Okay. We're just going to pay 2 life on this and just pass the turn. We'll Tainted Indulgence and kind of get something going here. Extinction Event's a good card. Alright. Opponent probably brought in counter spells. Be interested to see if they counter this. Discard a card. Red, red. Yeah, we're just going to discard the mountain. We will play this. We're going to go ahead and thought seize them, try and get an idea what we're working with here. If they counter this, then they're afraid. Nissa, Steward of the Elements. I kind of want to take away Expressive Iteration. Yeah, we'll take away Nissa. Leave up Murderous Rider for any shenanigans. Probably play Prismari commands. Also cards and create a treasure token. Okay. We are trying to outgrind a deck that is meant to grind. Like, we're meant to grind as well, but I don't know if we have as many tools as them. Okay, Expressive Iteration. They have plenty of land. If Niv becomes a deck, then counter spells are going to go up in this format. Okay, Bloodchief's Thirst. I think what we're going to do here, we're going to foretell that. We'll play it at the end of their turn. Try and draw some cards. If they draw Niv, okay, return a creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. Camball? Okay, that's fine. Concoct, huh? Nice. Interesting enough. We'll go ahead and behold the multiverse. And then we're going to kill that. This is a 3-drop. Oh, Mystical Dispute. Look at you. We're gonna kill this. First things first. So we're gonna duress, I think. See what that last card in their hand is. Get rid of Deafening Clarion. We do have Murderous Rider. We can also recast Kroxa now. They can too, which is kind of a pain, but we can Bloodchief's Thirst it if we draw land. We can get a Kroxa going, that's not bad. Depends what the opponent drew this turn. I droid Grixis. We'll just still Bloodchief's Thirst. We did get a land, that's a positive. I got plenty of blue. I think right now it doesn't really matter. We're gonna get this. Oh, Kroxa. Get rid. All of that. Discard. I wish I would have drawn into something that clears out their graveyard. That'd be nice, but we're gonna go ahead and kill this. Force them to have an answer for Kroxa. 80 cards. They're still more than likely going to draw a Niv Mizzet, because that's what 80 card Yorion decks do. They just always have it somehow. It's pretty wild. They're going to probably put their own Kroxa on the battlefield.
Surrounded by
Artifacts. Okay. So that kind of is a bother. But we do have a counter spell. So we're going to hold on to that said counter spell.
You cannot delay our victory.
So they don't have... They have red, red, black, black. They're not going to have enough mana after I counter Kroxa. So that gets rid of one cast. They can cast them 3 times. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and counter that. Trail. Hopefully we can... Don't need a land. We need stuff right now. Okay, buys Yorion. Thought Distortion. A little too late. Alright, we're gonna play this. Tameo's pretty cool, actually. You know, this whole Phyrexian thing, I actually think it's going to still lead up to, like, a big, like, Eldrazi and Phyrexian war. Like, personally. I don't know how I'm going to win this matchup, but I still think this deck's pretty cool. If they built this, that's pretty awesome. Gives you a lot of answers, a lot of options. They're probably going to continue to cast Kroxa. Now, I think Extinction Event. We're not going to want to use that.
We're studying contrasts. I'm excellent, and you're
Damn.
well, not
Control Planeswalkers.
Our will cannot be denied.
Graveyard Trespasser. And we'll play it. We gotta get stuff out of their graveyard. There's a lot of shenanigans. No attacks. We are well behind, but I tend to stick through matchups, so... They're gonna attack with Kroxa. I think the best play here is just a ship Thought Distortion. We'll block Murderous Rider. Block with Murderous Rider, sorry. Gain some life. Put it at the bottom of the owner's library, so you never know. You might reshuffle that beast. I'm just gonna have discard a card and target this. So they're kind of in trouble. I'm not necessarily worried.
made to be thought outside
Play
of.
Yorion. Play Kroxa. Yeah,
Facts can't be denied.
doing something stupid.
I am
Go blank.
this battle to your record
Get
of
rid of
bad
Graveyard.
decisions.
Maybe we do go blank to just get rid of the graveyard. So we don't have any options in there. Then we're gonna no attack. We'll block Kroxa. I'm gonna have to discard Torrential Gearhulk.
I will
Cannot
not
unwrite
stand
what has
for
been
such
written.
violence.
The past contains the blueprints of the
Pretty cool.
future.
Never seen that before. Spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. That's interesting. Gonna block Kroxa. Kind of don't have a choice. I mean, I guess I could have just taken 10.
Elevate yourself?
I'm gonna consider.
Pair of stilts.
We need something to get rid of this dope before we can get it. Yeah. 0-2. Honestly, that was just a really cool deck by the opponent. It had a lot of like really interesting cards that I haven't seen in a while. Like, you know, like Tamio Completed Sage and all these interesting cards. Like playing a 5-color deck gives you like access to so much resources, and like, and especially if you get something like the World Tree going, or you know, Chromatic Lantern or whatever this is. You know, the World Tree gives you all the colors of the mana, and all your mana base sits right with it, and you can cast everything. I mean, you're definitely gonna win. So cool deck, Nalakilla. Let's do one more. We are doing our last match in the run of Grixis Lutri. A fun deck, but we are running into some issues. We have not won a match. Maybe this is the lucky one. Maybe we'll get there. We're still playing Explorer. I am really enjoying the Explorer format. I have not wanted to play anything else. Standard has some really cool options. I'm just not really in the mood for them right now. Fair enough, you know? Well, we have Negate. We have Brazen Borrower to kind of keep us alive. So we are going to keep this here. No companion. What a loser. Just kidding. I'm playing Lutri. Looks like spirits. That's fine. We're gonna go ahead and opt. I don't want that. I want lands. Land. Essence Scatter is interesting. We're gonna go ahead and keep this up. We did not hit our land drop this turn. Yeah. Not gonna happen. We're gonna bounce that back to their hand. They probably have Spell Pierce. Dive Down. Who plays Dive Down? What a world. We're not necessarily like helpless against spirits, but we definitely need to be hitting our land drops. Oh my lord. I'm struck by the Wu-Tang Sword. We need to hit our land drops. There we go. We have the ability to fight back now. I was gonna draw a card. Okay, Shacklegeists. I think we're just gonna Essence Scatter. Keep forcing them to use cards in their hand, because otherwise this matchup's gonna be absolutely so. Luckily we have Shark Typhoon, which if we can get into the later game can actually be really powerful against spirits. I think we're gonna hold up Maestro's Charm. My cat's snoring and it freaks me out because I keep sitting there thinking that someone is talking through the walls. Bees. I totally did that at the wrong time, I think. I'm supposed to do it when they declare attackers. Shacklegeist, these guys. Shacklegeist out. We are running into a land problem. So we'll play this. They're going to counter it because that's what they do. Okay, we'll put this in our hand. We need another blue source. So we're going to put this into the library. Hopefully I still have one. I think I have two in the deck. If I recall correctly. If not, that's okay. We didn't, but we have... Okay, we'll go ahead and buy Lutri, but we would have had to take Dragon Skull Summit anyway, so that's not bad. We need to keep up the Shark token to block, because otherwise they're going to draw 7,000 cards with Curious Obsession. This is a poor matchup for this deck, unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and block, because I don't want them to have 783 cards. Flameblast Bolt is not bad. We can cast that and cast Sorin. We'll go ahead and cast this. We'll resolve it. And then... what are the odds opponent's got a counterspell? Let's play Sorin and get something out of their hand. Yeah. Okay, Spectral. Alright, then down to 3 cards. Languish would be great. I would love Languish right Languish would be phenomenal. I have still not drawn this card since I started playing this deck. And we drew a land, which is exactly what we needed. It's come on down. So we have 6 mana. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play. I can't cast it. Oh, I can. Okay. We're gonna play this. Deal 5 damage to target creature. Right. We're gonna play this and copy it. It's. Okay. Counter Lutri. Used Rattle Chains, and I think we're just dead, so we're gonna move on. So sweepers. Sweepers, sweepers, sweepers. We need stuff that hurts blue. We don't need that. I do not need Disdainful Stroke. That could be really useful. Thoughtseize, Duress, we'll keep those. Cling to Dust isn't necessarily the thing. If they're not playing any green, which is normally like Bant Spirits is the thing. Go Blank's a great card. We need stuff like Legion's End. That'll like kill things. This might be slow, but it could be good in the early game if we draw it or have it in our opening hand. We need our draw spells. We have stuff that hurts blue. Feed the Swarm. That could be useful in a pinch. So we gotta get rid of 2 cards. Graveyard Trespasser is fine. Brazen Borrower. And then we'll just win based on Torrential Gearhulk and a couple things. Massacre. Yes, Massacre was already taken. Unless there's a Massacre in a different language, and ironically I did have that. This is just a decent hand if I can get the lands. We go first, so I think what I'm going to do is play this. Because that way if we draw into like a red source or something, we can... Okay, send it to it. Interesting. We're going to play this. And then we'll play Search next turn. Because I don't think they're going to... If they pump into Ascendant Spirit, like I'm not like worried about it, you know? The Search for Ascanta can really help us cycle through the deck. We need Languish. We're going to play this. Pop this in tapped. If I can get a Languish, Extinction Event, something, and that way I can set up a turn where we can stabilize, then I'm good. Okay, it's a 3/4, Strange Phantom, 1 mana. Do I want to ship this to the graveyard? I think we do. Drowned Catacomb. We've been new lands. We're going to play this. Well, at least this brings us some life and saves us some damage.
I bring my own army.
Oh, okay. Brazen Borrower. Wonderful. Wouldn't attack. Attack me. Use your creatures efficiently. Okay, Search for Ascanta. We're still churning. I actually like that. We're gonna keep that. I'm gonna play you. If they counter that, that would be okay for me. You know what I mean? Opponent's going to counter this more than likely. We have the chump blocker in these tokens now, which is pretty good. And you pinging me for 1 damage doesn't really bother me that much. Gosh, man, I gotta get rid rid of that. We gotta get our land drops. Heartless Act is pretty wonderful. Alright, we're gonna go to the next phase. Oh, cancel. No attacks. We're gonna end our turn because we need to continue like building up like token army. Spectral Sailor. I kind of want to get rid of this Supreme Phantom now. Goodness. That's fine. Whatever. You win. We'll just hold on to Tainted Indulgence. Faceless Haven. Luckily we have blockers, so we'll block, block, block. I don't know if we can take, can we take 6? I think we can take 6. Block the 5 power. Tainted Indulgence. Here. If they have Geistlight Snare, I'd just give up. Like, dude. Gosh, this is tough. At least we can play that later. Murderous Rider. We'll transform this Kanta. Cards, they have 2 in the graveyard. That's not going to do anything. We have 6 mana available to us now. Thought Distortion. I can buy Lutri. We can drown in the Loch, kill Supreme Phantom. Let's do that. Or I could use this as a way to mitigate Faceless Haven. We'll get a token, be able to block. It's actually not a bad idea. No attacks. We can kill Faceless Haven. He's going to probably drop in. Yeah, looks like it. So we're going to take a bit. Is that 5/6? I gotta kill one of the flyers. Let's destroy Supreme Phantom. Drops the power of things at least. That's fine. Do I block here, block here, take 4? We need to gain some life. Instant or sorceries, that's the problem. I don't have really any other options here. Dispute. So opponent just had all the answers. We're gonna good game and move on. So basically, this deck was fun to play. There's a lot of cool reasons to play it. There's a lot of cool cards I like that I think are super neat, like Ashiok Nightmare Muse, because I don't get to play these cards that much, and I enjoy playing them. Competitively, we'll talk about it in the wrap-up. So, Lutri didn't really pan out the way we wanted to. We went 0-3 with the deck. It's a really cool idea, and I saw that it did pretty well, but I think it was kind of like a fringe moment when the format started, and you know, things are starting to kind of even out in Explorer. You're starting to see meta decks, you're starting to see people play certain archetypes, and I think that this just doesn't match up because it's a little too inconsistent. Like I've said in the last match video, I believe, I said that 4-ofs are better than 1-ofs, and when you need consistency in your deck, Lutri just isn't the one. Now, if you want to craft this or you have the cards already, go for it. It's actually a fun deck to play and just kind of mess around with. But I wouldn't recommend it if you're trying to do an event or grind out events for, you know, qualifiers or PTQs or anything like that. I would just kind of keep this in your back pocket as like a play queue. But, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be releasing probably Is It Combo next. I really like Locust God. I always loved all the weird gods from Amonkhet. So I think we're just gonna do that combo deck next and have a little fun with Is It. Until next time, I hope you guys are having a good time in your life and good luck out there in the Magic Sphere. See ya.